Breaking news. Lewis Hamilton has lost the contract war against Mercedes. Reports suggest that the Silver Arrows have refused Hamilton's conditions, so it's back to the drawing board for the both of them. If you're looking for the latest updates on the negotiations, you clicked on the right video, so keep your eyes on the screen. In a surprising twist, reports have emerged suggesting that Lewis Hamilton, the renowned 7-time champion, has hit a snag in his contract negotiations with Mercedes. Sources indicate that Hamilton's aspirations for a new deal might not be met, casting doubts on his future with the team. With only a few months remaining on his current terms, the clock is ticking as Hamilton has yet to put pen to paper on an extension. It's been rumoured that Hamilton's request for a 5-year extension, as reported by the Mail, has been met with a firm denial. The British racing icon's hopes for a long-term deal might be slipping away, leaving us all wondering what the future holds for him and Mercedes. The stakes are high and the tension is mounting as negotiations hang in the balance. Despite initial optimism in Spain, where both Hamilton and Wolff expressed confidence in reaching a new deal within days, weeks have now elapsed with no significant updates. But in Spielberg, Wolff remained positive, suggesting that a resolution could still be reached during the summer break. He told the media, "I'm still very confident. They want to do it super, to every detail, and sometimes you can have a situation where everything is carved out. This is not a money discussion at all. It is about the future. What is it that we want to do right and optimize? We are not talking anything anymore about duration, money, all of that. It's other topics." When pressed for details about the exact duration of Hamilton's new arrangement, Wolff remained intentionally elusive in his response, saying, "For a while, the Brits say a couple means two, and the Americans say a couple means a few, so it is somewhere there." In a stunning development last month, reports emerged revealing that the 38-year-old racing maestro had made an audacious demand for a 5-year contract with the prestigious Silver Arrows. The proposed deal, estimated to be worth a jaw-dropping £250 million, grabbed headlines worldwide. However, sources close to the negotiations quickly dismissed the notion that money was a significant hurdle in the talks. Despite the massive figures involved, it seems that other factors are at play in the protracted discussions. An insider has shed light on the situation, emphasizing that Hamilton could potentially turn down an extension if the team's offer limits him to just a 1-year deal. The 7-time world champion seems to have his sights set on a more long-term commitment. However, intriguingly, the same source suggests that rising star George Russell may have reservations about a multi-year deal, scared that it could place him in the shadow of his illustrious teammate. Lewis Hamilton has been vocal about his loyalty to Mercedes, repeatedly expressing his commitment to the team and dropping hints that a new contract was merely a matter of time. But according to the Mail, it seems that the German powerhouse has different plans in mind. The report suggests that Mercedes is inclined to offer the superstar driver a 1-year deal, with the possibility of extending it for a 2nd year. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has shed some light on the direct radio messages he sent to Lewis Hamilton during the Austrian Grand Prix, as the team faced challenges with their performance at the Red Bull Ring. Wolff expressed his disappointment, stating that their W14 car lacked the necessary pace on Sunday. Throughout the 71-lap race, Hamilton voiced multiple complaints over the radio, highlighting concerns about other drivers exceeding track limits and the difficulties he faced in keeping his own car within the designated white lines. In response to Hamilton's comments, Wolff intervened with a timely message, providing further context to the situation when he said, "The car is bad, we know. Please drive it." After the race, Wolff spoke on the incident, saying, "There were a lot of discussions about track limits and whether they were enforced or not. I felt that I wanted to just make sure that we were doing the best out of the package that didn't perform and just try to give it the best shot that we have." When questioned about the last straw that would prompt him to step in and communicate directly through the radio, Wolff further elaborated on the matter, saying, "It's only for the best interest of the drivers and the team. And sometimes, like you say, there's a certain moment where you need to calm things down. But I mean well." During an interview with Sky Sports, Toto Wolff shared his perspective on the track limits situation. He acknowledged that the stewards are fulfilling their responsibilities by enforcing the rules as they are currently defined. However, he also proposed some potential adjustments that could be made to the rules to address the issue more effectively. He said, "I think we've either got to go back to the sausage curb and need to take consideration that teams and drivers shouldn't complain if they break their cars, because that's clear, or you've just got to let everybody go where they want." Putting track limits and radio messages aside, Toto Wolff openly acknowledged that Mercedes' performance in the race, resulting in George Russell finishing 7th and Lewis Hamilton in 8th after post-race penalties, did not meet their expectations. The team's disappointment was evident, as they had anticipated a stronger showing in the event. "The car had no pace today. It's a bruising day, I would say, because we've had such a good upward trend and then you have to take such a day. There was no pace and no inkling why yet." Christian Horner, the head honcho at Red Bull, expressed skepticism regarding Lewis Hamilton's suggestions to create a more level playing field in Formula One. Horner believes that enforcing such measures would pose significant challenges in terms of regulation and oversight. Hamilton's proposal involves prohibiting any team from gaining an early advantage in developing their cars for the following season, implementing a specific date for all teams to commence their efforts. The Mercedes driver has observed Red Bull's dominant performance, while his team, along with others, struggles to catch up. However, Horner raises concerns about the feasibility of Hamilton's idea and its potential implications for maintaining fair competition in the sport. If Red Bull were to secure an early championship victory, it would grant them the advantage of being able to shift some focus towards the following season while other teams remain immersed in the ongoing battle. Lewis Hamilton has experienced these benefits firsthand during Mercedes' dominant years, but now finds himself on the opposite end of the spectrum. Christian Horner was quick to highlight this dynamic, emphasizing how it would be difficult to maintain a fair and enforceable rule in this regard. Despite recognizing the potential advantages, Horner ultimately conceded that implementing such a rule would be practically impossible to monitor. Well, he's obviously talking from personal experience. I think it would be an incredibly hard thing to police. How on earth could you say, right, August 1, go? How do you prevent people thinking about or working on next year's cars? Jacques Villeneuve, the 1997 F1 world champion, has offered his take on two of F1's best, criticizing Hamilton while praising Verstappen. Despite Hamilton's current position challenging for third in the standings alongside Fernando Alonso, Villeneuve has expressed his disappointment with the 7-time world champion's performance this season. It seems that Villeneuve has higher expectations for Hamilton and feels that he has not met them. In an interview with Gazzetta dello Sport, Jacques Villeneuve further shared his perspective, stating that Max Verstappen is inching closer to perfection compared to Lewis Hamilton, considering Verstappen's recent string of results. He said, "He goes a lot up and down in performance, it depends on the weekends, but it's always been like this. In all seasons, even when he won, he's never had a year as perfect as Verstappen." Ever since the introduction of F1's V6 hybrid rules back in 2014, Lewis Hamilton has been on an absolute tear. In a remarkable display of skill and determination, he clinched an astounding 6 world championships in just 7 years. That incredible feat alone put him on par with the great Michael Schumacher, matching his record of 7 titles in 2020. But the story doesn't end there. In the following season, this trailblazer etched his name in the annals of racing history once again by becoming the first driver ever to surpass not only 100 pole positions, but also an extraordinary number of Grand Prix victories. It's an awe-inspiring journey that solidifies his status as one of the all-time greats in the sport. Given his track record, do you think Sir Lewis deserves to get what he wants? Or is his asking price too steep for an aging racer? Tell us what you think in the comments section down below. And, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.